So a lot of things have been happening here in the U.S. politically, and I've been trying to just stay away from it, but man, these things keep coming and they just don't stop. I've got to talk about it. So I was at the VA the other day again doing some more tests, and Fox News was on one of the televisions. I don't know how it got there. The audio was not on, but I saw it was Fox. And all of a sudden the orange man's face showed up on the screen. And it was as if pandemonium. People run to shut that television off or change the channel, something. And there's a good reason why the veterans of the U.S. can't stand the orange man. A piece of information came out today, and the link is down below. But apparently these private prisons and the FEMA camps are now forcing forced labor on their inmates. Forced labor? You see, World War II was against that type of stuff. It was against forced labor, torture, fascism. So the vets are very upset that we're headed into fascism very quickly. Now with forced labor and intensified torture. When will the stories come out what that's all about here in the U.S.? When will we start hearing about the new torture routines here in the U.S.? See, this is why all of the veterans are so pissed off with this stuff. You see, they put their life on the line for democracy. We take care of the older people and the sick. Probably about 10% of the population can't take care of themselves. So we fought to take care of them for them so they're not in the streets starving to death the way they are now here in the U.S., especially here in San Francisco. I've seen some of the most hideous stuff from our treating the homeless in the way that we do. So why don't we go down in the description area and read about that and find out what you think about this. Are you for this? If you're a Orange Man supporter, do you feel that torture of prisoners of any kind, whether they're job seekers coming over the border or whether they're criminals, thieves, whatever, do you think that this is right to force these people to do labor and just accept fascism for all of its ugliness? So there's a large storm coming in. The wind has just picked up. I'm seeing all kinds of clouds coming in. And I know the batteries are just about dead on the camera. So the second thing I wanted to talk to you about was lying. Is lying acceptable sometimes? Is lying acceptable by the commander-in-chief of any country? By the president? By the leaders? Should that be legal or illegal to lie to the citizens of their country? So the Orange Man has accused Obama of wiretapping the Trump Tower just before the election. That's turning out to be a lie. I think that's to get the attention off the Russian scandal, and the other scandals that have happened have already started. Do you guys believe in this? Do you think that's right? One more question. Do you trust someone who lies to you? And how many lies do they have to do before you no longer trust what they say? 1, 2, 3, a whole bunch? I know so many people in my life that used lying more than they told the truth. They would pad the truth or whatever they call it, and we've heard so many lies. Bowling Green, the Swedish massacre, large crowds at the inauguration when there wasn't. Most of the women in the Women's March were Trump supporters. Really? So with this many proven lies, and the lies keep coming, such as wiretapping. Wiretapping isn't allowed by anybody but the courts and the police. The president of the U.S. is not allowed to order wiretapping. So right there tells you pretty much that that was a lie also. Can we trust this guy with anything he says now? Is lying in nature? Is that such a thing? Do birds lie to each other? Well, when Jane Goodall was doing her chimpanzee studies, she found the chimpanzees that bullied or lied to each other or tried to take more food than the rest of the crowd would end up dead for such a crime. They would either they'd mass up and beat the shit out of the other one that was lying, or they would outcast it, which then meant it was susceptible to predators. Let me know what you think about lying and what our country's turning into. And don't forget to go down and click the link to the article about what we're doing in the FEMA camps here in the US. So, I definitely appreciate all the comments on the last videos, and the ups and the downs and the new subscribers. And with a storm ripping up and coming in quickly, I better get going. Until next time.